Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, right. We are going to look at the second form of a quadratic function. This is the first one, general form. This is the one with completing the square, already completed the square. Maybe I should write completed. Completed the square, right? Okay, right. This I read here. How does the shape of the curve vary with the value of the parameters a, h, and k? Okay, right. How does the position of the curve varies with the value of a, h, and k? What is the axis of symmetry? What is the maximum or minimum value of the function? When will this happen? Now, in your textbook, the maximum and minimum value, they call it vertex. That means, let's say if it's a U shape, the lowest point is the vertex. If it's an N shape, the highest point is the vertex. Normally, we call it minimum and maximum point. What is the coordinate of the minimum and maximum point? Or in your notes, they call it vertex. Okay, so we're going to look at the graph like this. So in this function, there are three parameters. The parameters, they are A, H, and K. A, H, and K. Now, we try with the A first. Let's say if the A becomes bigger and bigger, the curve becomes narrower and narrower. If the A becomes smaller and smaller, the curve becomes wider and wider. What if the value of A is negative? This is the value of A negative. If the value of A, the modulus is becoming bigger and bigger, again, the curve is narrower and narrower. If the A is modulus is smaller and smaller, then it becomes wider and wider. This is still negative. This is positive. So similar to our ax squared plus bx plus c, the value of A controls the shape, whether it is N shape or U shape. Where if it is U shape, whether it is very broad or narrow. If it is N shape, whether it's a very broad N or a very narrow N. Okay, so this is the value of A. Now the second value of the parameter is H. Now this number H is within the bracket. It is inside the bracket. So let me see. Now the value of H is 1, let's say. The value of H, 1. Okay, the curve moves to the left side. If the value of H is -1, right? -1, something like that. -2 already. Okay. If it's -2, then the curve moves towards the right-hand side. The value of H here, let's say I stop somewhere at 6, -6. I can get -6. Okay lah. Let's say -6, right? The value of H is -6. Now you look at this line here. This line is the axis of symmetry. This line here. And the axis of symmetry is 5, and this is 6, right? So when the value of H is -6, the axis of symmetry is x equals to 6. x equal to 6. Okay, let's say if the value of h is positive 4, okay, value of h is positive 4, you see that the axis of symmetry is negative 4. The axis of symmetry is negative 4. Okay, right. So let us put the axis of symmetry as at negative 4. I try to adjust the value of the number outside the bracket, the independent number k. Let's say now the value of k is negative 2. Let's say if it is negative 10. Can you see that this is negative 10? The lowest point
Yes.
is negative 10. Let's say if it is negative 4, right? So you see that the lowest point is negative 4. Let's say
Yes.
positive 2. Okay, okay, positive 2. You see that the lowest point here is positive 2. Lowest point is positive. Let's say if I increase it to positive 6, you see that the lowest point here is positive 6. So let me summarize again. What does each parameter in the function means? The first one, A here controls the shape, whether U shape or N shape, wide or narrow. The value of H here is the axis of symmetry, whether you move the graph left-hand side or right-hand side. The value of K is the minimum or maximum point. So the value of K, you just move up and down along the axis of symmetry. Let's say this one, put it negative, easy, like that. So now, I just simply look at this equation. A equals to 0.4. What does that mean? It means that A is a positive number. A is a positive number means a U shape. So it's a U shape. Then we look at the value of H. H is positive 4. That means the axis of symmetry, this center line here, is negative 4. Then we look at the value of K. K is negative 12. So the point here, is the value of fx, the value of fx is negative 4. Okay, let me do this. Like that better. Okay, I move this to the center. No one so far. Move until 10 enough already. Okay. So let's say the value of h is negative 10. Value of k is negative 4. Negative 4. Value of a is positive 1. Positive 2 already. Positive 1. Yeah, never mind. Put it negative 2. Negative 1. Okay, something like this. Or you want to put it positive 1 better, easier to see. Okay. So now, the equation is actually something like this. The equation is actually something like that. Fx equals to this value here, 0.95. 0.95 bracket x. The value of x is h is negative 10. Negative 10 to the power of 2. Then plus the value of k is negative 0.45. Negative 4.05. 4.05. So so this is the quadratic equation, right? Now, without looking at this graph here, without looking at this graph, just by looking at this completed the square form, can you draw the graph? Can you draw the graph? Okay. Okay. Now, if you are given a quadratic equation like this, in a quadratic function like this, can you sketch the graph? Yes. How to sketch? I show you. You take this bracket here. You take this bracket here, x minus 10. X minus 10 equals to 0. So the answer will be x equals to 10. Positive 10, you know. Although inside the bracket there is negative 10, you put down x minus 10 equal to 0, then x is equal to 10. So now I can start drawing the graph, right? So I draw the graph like this. This is the x-axis. Then this is the y-axis. This is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. Then this x equals to 10 is along this line 10. Then you draw one straight line there. This line is x equals to 10. X equal to 10. Okay, so this one will determine the axis of symmetry. This line here. Axis of symmetry. Then you look at the number here. Negative 0.45. So from this x-axis, negative means you move downward. Downward, how much? You move down negative 4.05. So you draw the axis of symmetry. This is for you to draw the axis of symmetry. Then this number, negative 0.45, means you move down. If it is positive 0.45 here, means you just move up, then you mark the point. Okay. So these two values, h and k, will allow you to know the maximum or minimum point. And that is this point. Then you look at the value of a here, the value of a, positive or negative. Can you tell me the value of a is positive or negative?
Negative.
No, here. Positive, the value of a.
Positive.
Positive. Then it's a U shape or it's a N shape?
U shape.
U shape. So it will be like this. My drawing not so. It will be like this. So you can draw this. If you want to be more accurate, you try to find this point. this point, and this point. These 3 points by changing them to the ax squared plus bx plus c, solve for the value of c and x. Then that will give you another additional 3 points. So these 3 points will make your graph very accurate. Okay? So I repeat, first you try to use the bracket, find the axis of symmetry. Then use the number here, move up or move down. If positive, then you move up, negative, then move down. Then you look at this number, positive or negative. If positive, it will be like this. If it is negative, then it will be like this. It will be like this. It's not, this is the maximum point. If it's positive, if it's negative, then it will be like this. If it's positive, then it will be like this. If positive, then it will be like this. Okay. So it's very easy to draw the curve. So can you draw if I give you the completing the square form, like completed the square form like this? Can you draw
Yes.
the curve? Yes. I try to refer to the back here, right? Second last page. So you see that I have 8 functions here, A, B, C, D, and H, right? So you choose the first one, then you show me how to draw the first one. This one here, right? You show me how to draw this. What is the axis of symmetry? What is the maximum or minimum point? Then you draw the curve like that. Then after that, from this expansion, you know where it cut the x-axis, where it cut the y-axis, and also y-axis and the x-axis. So if you can show me the axis of symmetry, maximum or minimum point, y-intercept, x-intercept, then your drawing is quite accurate, right? Your sketching is quite accurate. You just try this one and show me. A. If cannot, then I show you. You WhatsApp me what you have drawn, then I check and see.
How to use the formula to find the A? How do you find the A using the formula?
Sorry, cannot hear.
How to use the formula to find the A?
Find this one. Okay,
Use the ax plus h square and plus k, the formula.
Okay. Okay, so this one will be fx equals to expand x square plus x square minus, sorry, x square minus mana teruk x square minus 6x plus 9 minus 4. So fx equals to this one same. This one same. Maybe copy, paste, and plus 5. Okay, so this equation is in the completed square form. This equation is in the general form. Okay, right. So now I want to draw. So I draw this line. This line. And this. Okay. Can you tell me where is the axis of symmetry from the first form here? Where is the axis of symmetry? Hey, I've shown here
Axis
already. Expand, oh, same. I've shown earlier here already.
of 5 and 1.
So now I tell before we look at this, we look at this one first. X minus 3 square minus 4. Here I can get the axis of symmetry. Can you tell me where is the axis of symmetry?
1 ah.
Cannot simply, there's no one here. How you get the axis of symmetry? X minus 3 equals to what? This one. X minus 3 equal to what? What is inside the bracket? X minus 3. X minus 3 equal to 0. So what is x equal to? What is x equal to?
3.
Positive 3. So what is the axis of symmetry? X equal positive 3. Do you know how to draw this line x equal to positive 3?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the line. X equal to positive 3. So this line. X equal to positive 3. This point is 3. This red line is called x equal to positive 3. What is the next step? Next step is to look at the number behind. Negative 4. So I start from here. I move up or I move down. Negative 4. Negative. Negative 4 is up here or negative 4 is down here.
Down here.
Hmm?
Down.
This is the negative 4 is here. This is negative 4. This is negative 4. So I know this point already. So this is the maximum or minimum point. You look at the number in front here, the A here. A is positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So it's a V shape, U shape, or it's a N shape?
U shape.
U shape. Okay. It's a U shape. Then where is the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept? From this equation, what is the y-intercept? Positive 5.
Positive 5.
So I go like that. This is it's not so crooked because my mouse not good. So from here you get the value of C. From the value of C you get 5. This is where it cuts the y-axis. Then you want to know where it cuts the x-axis, you put it equals to 0. So when you put equal to 0, the x is 5. So this point is 5. And the other one is 1.
1.
1. Okay. One more time, huh? One more time. Okay. Now, if you are given an equation in the completed the square form, right? Completed the square form. You extract two numbers from there. Number one, the axis of symmetry inside the bracket there. put it equals to 0, then you found out x equal to 3. So this line x equals to 3 is the axis of symmetry. Okay. Then after that, you look at the number behind. Plus 4, you go up 4 steps. But minus 4, you go down 4 steps. So this will be the maximum or minimum point. Then you look at the value of A here. The value of A is positive. So it's a U shape like this. So from this completed the square form, you know three things. What are the three things? Axis of symmetry, maximum or minimum point, and the shape, whether it's U shape or whether it's the N shape. You know three things. But these three things, you just draw the shape like that. It is not accurate unless you find out the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So how to find the x-intercept and y-intercept? You cannot find from the completed the square form. The x-intercept and the y-intercept, you can only find from the general form. Or once you change it to general form, the last number here will be the y-intercept. When you solve the equation, that will be the x-intercept. But this x-intercept sometimes no answer because the curve is above the x-axis or the curve is below the x-axis. Then you cannot find the x-intercept. And you just leave it. That one you cannot do anything. So you just use the y-intercept and the minimum point axis of symmetry, then you find. So again, I'm going to ask you to do this question already. Simpler one. This one. E lah. E. I ask you to do E. Okay. Oh, what are you going to do? When I ask you to do E, first of all, you take the original form, the completed square form. Once you take the completed square form, you find three things. Axis of symmetry, minimum or maximum point, the shape. You straight away you know. Then after finding these three things, you leave it, you continue, expand the bracket, go to the general form, find the y-intercept and the x-intercept. So I'm going to leave this here. You refer to this thing here. You do E. E. Okay, you try now, the E. I wait for you. You draw the axis of symmetry and mark the point. You didn't draw the curve yet.
Uh,
Draw the straight line, the axis of symmetry. X equal to 3. Draw the straight line.